Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another AADL Storytime. My name is Elizabeth. I am super happy to be here with you this morning. And we have some great stories today, as usual. Some fun ones, a fun theme today. I was trying to think up a theme that I hadn't done in a while, and I think I came up actually with a pretty cool one. So we'll find out more about that in a few minutes, of course. Oh, maybe you'll be able to guess. You can see the titles of one of the stories is The Very Lonely Firefly. You can see it on the box. So think about what type of stories might involve, might have a firefly in them. So anyway, we will get started and say hello to everyone like we usually do. So let me see your hands. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as fast as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slow as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as low as we can. Hello. Couple more. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as soft as we can. Nice job, everyone, and welcome to Storytime today. Hello to you. Hello to whoever you are watching with, if anyone. And let's go on to our next activity, which requires your fingers. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. I'm doing it opposite. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Lay them on your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, creepy, creepy, creep them right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open wide your little mouth, ah, but do not let them in. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, just like this, this, this. Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them. Blow a little kiss. Mwah! Great job, everyone. All right, well, let's find out what our letter of the day is, which will help us figure out what our storytime theme is. And I have a kind of weird letter today, the letter W. I don't think that I've done W stories in a while. And I'm thinking of some things that start with W. We already said weird. How about water? That's a good W word. Something that lives in the water is a whale. Another good W word. Well, as we think, I'm thinking of things that fly in the air. What do they have that allows them to fly? We don't have these things, but birds have them. A lot of bugs have them. That's a W word. I am thinking of the word wings. All of our stories today involve something or many things that have wings. So we have birds and bugs, and yeah, things with wings is our theme. W for wing. All right, before we get started with our first story, we need to take our stretch to make sure that we're ready to listen to some stories for a while. So let's take our big stretch out wide. Ooh, that feels extra good today. Maybe move a little like this. Big stretch up tall. Can you lean to one side? Lean to the other side. Stretch your arm across your body and stretch your other arm across that. Oof! Slowly open up for another big stretch. Can you find your nose? Can you find your ear? Can you find your knee? How about your ankle? That's all the way down by your foot. Let's take another big stretch out wide. Reach up to the sky as high as you can go and reach down, down, down to your toes. And all the way back up. Big breath. All right, let's start with our first story today. I'm trying to decide what I want to start with. I think I'm going to start with a book that is one of my favorites. It came out a few years ago, and it's very funny to me. There's a sequel now. This book is called Flight School. It's by Lita Judge, and you can get the sequel too, which I'm not remembering what the title is, but we have both of them in our library collection if you want to check these out for yourself. Let me see if I can adjust this. Okay. So anyway, our first book today is called Flight School, and this is about a penguin, a little penguin, who is very determined to learn how to fly. And if you know anything about penguins, you know they have wings like other birds, but they cannot fly. They are made for swimming in the ocean. So that's what their wings help them do. But this little penguin is very determined. So let's find out what happens. I was hatched to fly, said Penguin. When do classes start? But you, dear, are a penguin, Teacher replied. Undeniable, said Penguin, but I have the soul of an eagle. Teacher and Flamingo weren't so sure, but they let Penguin stay. Flight practice started immediately. Like this, flip, flap, flap, and up, up, up. Penguin and the other birdies practiced for weeks. At last, all of the birdies were cleared for their first flight. One by one, they took to the wind. And then it was Penguin's turn. Geronimo! And gablub. Straight down into the water he went. I'm sorry, Birdie, said Teacher, but penguins just aren't built to fly. How can this be true, thought Penguin. In my heart I live on the wind. But as he watched his classmates fly high above, he knew that it was time to go home. Penguin was too broken-hearted to even wave goodbye. His teachers didn't know what to do. Poor Penguin, what do you think is going to happen? Then Flamingo had an idea. Wait! Looks like they're attaching some feathers to Penguin's wings here. Let's try again. Flip, flap, flip, flap, 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 flap. And up, up, up. Suddenly, Penguin was soaring above the sea and the clouds. Penguin was right. He did have the soul of an eagle. He just needed a little help with the technical parts. Looks like Flamingo's giving him a hand there. But however he felt inside, he still had the body of a little round. Uh-oh. Penguin. But Penguin didn't care. He had soared on the wind just as he had done in his dreams. He left flight school a very happy little penguin. And it wasn't long before he came back with a friend. My friend Ostrich has the soul of a swallow. Eep! The end. One of my favorites, and some of you must know too that ostriches cannot fly either. They are very, very big birds who can run very fast, but they can't fly. So I think that Flamingo was able to help Penguin fly, but I don't know if they're going to be able to help Ostrich fly. Maybe we can find out in the sequel. All right, great listening, everybody. Let's stand up to do some movement. Let's move around a little bit. And I think today we will go ahead and be pirates on the ocean. We haven't done that one for a few weeks, or at least I haven't. So if you want to stand up, give yourself a little wiggle and get ready to move. And it goes like this. When I was one, I sucked my thumb on the day I went to sea. I jumped on board a pirate ship and the captain said to me, "Oh, you go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." When I was two, I tied my shoe on the day I went to sea. I jumped on board a pirate ship and the captain said to me, "Oh, you go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." When I was three, I tapped my knee on the day I went to sea. I jumped on board a pirate ship and the captain said to me, "Oh, you go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." When I was four, I shut the door On the day I went to sea, I jumped on board a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, "Oh, you go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." Last one. When I was 5, I danced and jived on the day I went to sea. I jumped on board a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, "Oh, you go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." Yay! All right, let's sit back down to get ready for our next story. But first, can I see your fingers? I have 10 fingers. They all belong to me. I can make them do things. Do you want to see? I can make them jump high. I can make them jump low. I can fold them tight and hold them just so. I can squeeze them tight. I can open them wide. I can move them all around. I can make them all hide. I can make them jump high. I can make them jump low. I can fold them tight and hold them just so. Great job, everybody. Let's do our next story, which we got a little preview of in the intro. This is The Very Lonely Firefly. Let me get adjusted appropriately here. Sometimes I have to move the screen around a little bit. All right, here we go. Well, the sun set, and a little firefly was born. It stretched its wings and flew off into the darkening sky. But Firefly felt a little lonely, and it decided to search for other fireflies just like it. Firefly saw a light and flew towards it, but oh, it was just a light in a window. Well, Firefly kept flying and saw another light and flew towards it. Oh, but it was a candle flickering in the night. Firefly kept flying, and Firefly saw a light. It flew towards it. Oh, but it was a flashlight shining in the night. Firefly kept flying and saw a light, and it flew towards it. But it was just a lantern glowing in the night. Well, then Firefly saw many lights and flew towards them. But they were not fireflies. There was a cat and a dog and an owl, and their eyes were reflecting in the night. That is what Firefly had seen. Then Firefly saw a light. Oh my gosh, it saw many lights. They were exploding in the night sky. And Firefly flew towards them, but they were fireworks glittering and sparkling in the night. They were amazing, but they were not what Firefly had been looking for. When the fireworks stopped and all was quiet, Firefly flew slowly, looking and looking. And then the lonely Firefly saw what it had been looking for. A group of fireflies, all flashing their lights, just like the firefly. And Firefly was not lonely anymore as he hurried to join them. The end. Nice listening, everybody. I really like that story. I think that the images are so cool on that. Credit to my colleague Amanda, who made this felt several years ago, but I still love to use it, and it works well at home too when we don't have as much space. That comes from a book by Eric Carle. If you want to read the book version, you can check that out too. We have plenty of copies at the library. All right, let me just tuck this away. We'll move on to our next story. All right. So our theme is things with wings, and we have another book to read about a bird. We read a book about a penguin. This one is a purple little bird, and this birdie can fly, but it has a different problem, and we'll find out about it. This is Purple Little Bird by Greg Foley. Purple Little Bird loved everything purple. He lived in a purple little house with a purple little fence and a very purple garden. Purple Little Bird worked hard to make his house perfect. He baked, he hung pictures, swept, put flowers in vases, fixed the drain, fixed the light bulbs, but no matter what he did, something was not quite right. So one day he packed a bag, and set off looking for a truly perfect place to live. Purple Little Bird walked all the way to Brown Bear's cave. "I'm looking for the perfect place," he said. "Well, my cave is warm and cozy," said Brown Bear. "It is warm and cozy," said Purple Little Bird, "but it's too dark." So Purple Little Bird climbed a steep cliff to see Gray Goat. "I'm looking for the perfect place," he said. "It's bright and sunny here," said Gray Goat. "It is bright and sunny," said Purple Little Bird, "but it's too windy." Purple Little Bird continued on until he met Yellow Camel. "Maybe this is the perfect place," he said. "My desert is nice and quiet," said Yellow Camel. "It is nice and quiet," said Purple Little Bird, "but it's too dusty." Then Purple Little Bird found Blue Frog in his pond. "I hope this is the perfect place," he said. "Ribbit, my pond is very cool and refreshing," said Blue Frog. "It is cool and refreshing," said Purple Little Bird, "but it's too damp and I can't swim." So Purple Little Bird kept going until he saw a beautiful tree. 3 pink possums hung there in a row. He told the pink possums all the places he'd been. "Oh, we know a place," they said. "It isn't too dark, windy, dusty, or damp." So Purple Little Bird followed the possum. To his surprise, they stopped at a purple little house with a purple little fence and a very purple garden. Purple Little Bird looked around. "You know what's wrong with this place," he said. "It's much too purple, but now I know what to do." So with the help of the possums, they made it perfect. And they painted the house all different colors. The end. Nice listening, everyone. We have one more activity today that you can join along with if you would like. This is an activity with some different colored birds, and we know birds have wings. If you want to follow along with your fingers, you can. You can pretend your fingers are birds, and we're going to hold them up like this. Two little red birds sitting on a rail, one named Dolores, the other named Dale. Fly away, Dolores, fly away, Dale. Come back, Dolores, come back, Dale. Two little blue birds sitting on a fence, one named Stephanie, the other named Spence. Fly away, Stephanie, fly away, Spence. Come back, Stephanie, come back, Spence. Two little green birds sitting in a tree, one named Brendan, the other named Bree. Fly away, Brendan, fly away, Bree. Come back, Brendan, come back, Bree. Two little yellow birds sitting on a gate, one named Nora, the other named Nate. Fly away, Nora, fly away, Nate. Come back, Nora, come back, Nate. One lovely rainbow bird, tail unfurled, sings a joyful song and flies around the world. The end. Great job today, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. That was another of our AADL story times. And we love knowing that you are watching us and enjoying our stories. We love sharing stories with you even while we're all at home. So thank you for continuing to tune in. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.